Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We are back with Turnabout Beginnings, case which Katie and I are very excited for, and we're very excited for the last one, Bridge to Turnabout, as well. So it's just excitement all around. Let's go. It's only a trial case.
I'm reading through a file of it was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Missed the first part, sorry.
It's okay. Nick, why are you sitting in that bed? Doesn't look like a bed. Charge kidnapping, murder, sentence death penalty. Harry Falls. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape.
Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met.
That rendition of Turnabout Sisters, though.
Like a music box version, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a music box version in Leighton versus Wright, and it makes me cry. That fucking song, man. That is just one of the songs where I'm just like,
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Harry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that. A few days ago, he escaped from a police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left. She was alive! It's true!
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
You're not going to figure out the truth just by staring at the guy.
Why are you here?
I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Where's Mr. Grossberg?
Mia's like, honey, not here.
Honey, not now. Where's our boss?
That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
I didn't say. So Diego Armando, our finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me.
No. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah. Thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though.
Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career.
Genius.
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place.
Yes.
And that's why my client ran away, or what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had a feeling he was telling the truth.
Alright, I'm not gonna lose my shit like last time. The plan is, since we discussed that, that Katie
Our
and I
geographic location is Diet Canadian.
Yes, and that has been confirmed by a friend of mine from Canada, actually. They were like, yeah, you pretty much are, Diet Canadian. I'm not gonna, try to make it like an extreme accent or anything like that, unless, he says a boot or anything like that, or sorry. Oh my goodness, let's see. He needs to sound similar to Udgy, but not the same.
I mean, he doesn't need to sound similar, but yeah.
Well, kinda. I mean, you know why, but
yeah.
Chat does not know why yet. Let's see if I can make him lower pitched. Let's see. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Who dat? Who dat?
I don't know, some bitch.
Who dat?
Some bitch.
Who dat? My favorite flavor of Edgeworth, Bratworth. He's such a little shit. He's such a little shit. I love him. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So, you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. He's lapsing into Irish, ah!
Oh my god. Quit trying to make it Canadian!
I'm not! I'm just trying to keep it more level than Aji, who's up here. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? I'm more worried about going back and forth between Armando and Edgeworth.
Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
Is he 20 during this? Or is he 21? No, he's 20.
No, he's 20. Okay.
Okay! So he's only a few months out from something that we're gonna see in a later game. Oh. Miles, I'm so sorry. Oh. That puts things in a new light. He's still a brat,
Oh my god, is he ever?
but that puts a lot of things in a new light. Diego's 27. Mia at this point is 24, I think?
Yeah.
Valerie Hawthorne, age 23, police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Since we're in court, we actually need to pay attention to what's going on here. Terry Falls, age 25. My client sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago.
Yeah, she would have been 4 right now.
24? Okay. I mean, get it, Mia. That's not like shippers talking. Her and Diego are actually canon. Valerie's autopsy report. She was stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. So as long as Miles doesn't update the autopsy report, we're good. But this is Miles under Montfred, so. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defense in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death, right?
You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was... Oh, that sprite! Oh, the Montfred finger waggle! A certain witness's testimony. Also, friendly reminder, Montfred's in the court right now. He's in the gallery.
Yep. Bastard.
That is actually canonical, too.
Bastard.
You just don't find that out until a later game, but yes, Montfred is in the, he is in the gallery right now watching Miles.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide the outcome, Your Honor.
Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I cared for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Look at his coat!
Aww.
It's all tan and new, and not like a dark green.
What? It's young Gummy.
It's young Gummy!
I think he's, what, 26 at this point?
It's in, I think it's gonna be in the court record.
Yeah.
After he goes, so we'll check. If anything, we can check for, the flashback case.
Yeah, he's 26.
He's 20. Oh, he's baby.
He's a baby.
He's baby. Baby Gummy looks exactly the same as 32-year-old Gummy. And by this point, he's very loyal to Edgeworth.
Mm-hmm.
Edgeworth had only recently acquired this headache. Witness, state your name and occupation.
Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
Wait a minute. Didn't he just get promoted during that other flashback case? Oh my god. Okay, so
that was his first case as a detective.
It's been half a year since that incident occurred with Miles. It hasn't been a full year. Oh shit. Miles, honey. I'm so sorry. You're still a fucking brat, but I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Does not excuse your behavior here, but I'm so sorry. That's like my favorite case in one of his duologies, is that flashback case.
But yeah, the flashback case is very good.
It's my favorite.
But we'll get to it.
Yes, it's my favorite in that game that it happens in.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
No, okay, I got it.
Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. See, all I have to do is add a little bit of Udgy into it. It's good.
Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is the Sketchadusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is the Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Dusky Bridge map added to court record. Bridge located 40 feet above, oh, I thought it was 50 feet above Eagle River. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Is that how you say it? Hoser?
Hoser, yeah.
Hoser? Yeah, like I said, I'm so fucking diet Canadian, I don't even know. He canonically is Canadian, by the way, chat. That's why I'm, like, being painstaking about it. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now. Listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. He seems like a tea type, not strong enough for coffee.
I have to agree.
Of course you do. You're smart.
Quit flirting with me. We're in court. Not that I don't appreciate it, but quit flirting with me. We're in court.
Why do I feel like he woke up in her bed that morning?
Because he probably...
This suave, sexy motherfucker, because, oh god, he's hot, woke up in her bed that morning and then was like, I'm gonna putz my way down to, I'm gonna see if Grossberg's gonna be there. Oh, he's still fucking asleep. All right.
Who would have fucking guessed?
Yeah, all right. I keep one of my spare suits at her place. Let's go.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone here is a beginner.
You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got. Kitten.
It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember that those crow proceeding videos you stayed up all night watching. That's what I'm going to tell myself.
That you stayed up watching court procedure videos before you got distracted?
Yes.
By a sexy Latino man?
It just wandered his way into my apartment.
Which
like
you
he had no care in the world.
Which you gave him the key for. Come on now. Oh, God. So cute. I nearly started voicing. All right.
This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her?
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, top secret memo that she left in her desk.
Victim's note. Confidential police materials written by the victim. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
The detective's fault. He's the one who said unknown person.
Hey, now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
He does have a cute little face. I like the detail that they actually made his hair shorter. Like you can...
And smoothed out his sprite.
They smoothed out his sprite so he doesn't have the permanent furrow. And his brows, and at least not yet. And his fringe is a teeny bit shorter, and so is like the little foop on the back of his head. It's very subtle, but I like that they did that.
Might as well check all the evidence we got.
Yes, I will do that up in talking, so sorry, Mia. I was gonna check that, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's court, so we gotta check fucking everything now once we get it. Victim's note, confidential police materials written by the victim. February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1:21 p.m. Falls 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time, the whole truth must come out. If y'all have been watching and your alarm bells haven't been going off yet, which they should have been, they are now. And I'm gonna cry. Out of fear. Dick Gumshoe, age 26. Baby. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation. Still new to his position.
Because it's a very important...
Oh, I just went over your whole fucking thing. I'm sorry. We'll skip this press and come back to it.
Okay, I didn't need to speak.
No. I fucked up. I fucked up. There we go.
A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there?
Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why.
What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls.
Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic.
Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move. We've got you surrounded."
Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly?
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned a phone call to someone else, right?
If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed.
She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention a phone call to anyone.
It's not your fault, Gummy.
Mr. Falls had a car, then.
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Is this guy sure about anything is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
I'm Canadian, Miss Faye.
So you're very nice.
Generally.
The only mean Canadian is Justin Bieber, that's true, right?
I mean, we don't really associate with Quebec, so yes. Anyone tuning in from Quebec is like, fuck you. My friend has relatives in Quebec. I feel like an asshole.
Quebec, sorry.
What?
Quebec.
Oh, you're tired of the mispronounced French. I'm sorry.
Incredibly.
I'm sorry. It was for an achievement. It was by a man in non-passing drag. I can't help it. Oh god. He was gonna make a fucking joke. Hang on. It's like right here.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I got distracted. My brother is the one with the more, mischievous tendencies.
Mischievous?
Oh, you'll find out if you meet him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, him and his ritual summonings.
Excuse me, what?
This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk.
I don't know why, but that line delivery took me all the way back to that pee on his sweater doesn't stand for pussy. Damn it! I fucked up my own joke. Okay. Your young Mia is just very good.
Thank you.
She's very, very good.
Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa,
That doesn't look too comfortable. Crime photo added to the court record.
The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct?
Okay, let's just take a good look over this. We gotta think quick on our feet because we have nothing but the context of court.
yeah.
Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here.
Just let me be cryptic, kitten.
Okay.
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is a very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Oh, we can press on this. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway.
What did the defendant have to say about this photo?
What he always says, ma'am.
I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing.
That's all he says.
Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car.
It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says...
Sorry. I told a little lie.
Or something like that.
Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely.
That certainly is some impressive police work.
Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. And we figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run.
What do you mean it was too close for comfort?
The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint.
That was kind of close. Any later, and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by.
Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony.
Trap?
Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh?
No, it's not.
Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards.
The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those.
Oh, Mia, you are going to fucking slay in your law career, girl. Okay. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you? It's the lack of scarf, is it not?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to present the note. Because she said that she would wear a white scarf for identification.
Witness!
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've actually addressed someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Andy,
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
really? Ugh. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer.
Needling you usually does the trick.
Detective.
There she goes. all Diego has to do is just be like, poke, 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 and Mia's like, what? And he's like, perfect.
I love this woman.
He's like, oh, she's the best. It's like she's like not sure of herself, and he's just like, poke, 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 and she's like, fucking what? She just takes it out on somebody else, and he's like, there it is.
Yes, ma'am.
This photo. You said there was nothing particular or peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by your victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus the special request.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Mr. Edgeworth, help.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking.
Huh?
The scarf you are searching for so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance?
Where did you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why? Why didn't you tell me? I thought we were pals.
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel, and no, we are not. It's the safest place
Is that like
I
a man
know.
purse?
What did she say?
Is that like a man purse?
It's a satchel. It's this right here. I mean,
A man purse.
I mean, a satchel is like a briefcase, isn't it?
Depends on the type of satchel.
I always imagined him to have like one of the ones that looked more like a briefcase.
The satchel itself is very small, so it does look like a man purse. An actual satchel is pretty small.
Oh boy. Miles, you fruity boy. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth? He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time?
The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf added to the court record. Worn by the victim at the time of incident. Found on Dusky Bridge. And now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fay?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Ms. Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh?
I mean, he is. To be fair,
To be fair.
how am I doing with my voice juggling?
Good.
Okay. Hopping from Miles to Diego is not as excruciating as I thought it would be because Miles still has that pompous bit of air in him, and Diego drawls more. I was worried about that because they're both baritone.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing a scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Witness's photo seems to have been taken by the witness. So, as you can see, Terry Falls both had the motive and opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty.
That's not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet.
Hmm.
What do you mean, Who is this eyewitness?
She's the college student.
A female college student.
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as an attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
Oh, I've missed that. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh?
It means she's female and a college student, sir.
If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why.
Ah,
Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. I just remembered that Nick is reading through this again like, God, Edgeworth, you were such a bitch.
I know.
Just reading this like, I know he was under Von Karma, but shit.
Victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right? So, about the witness who took the photo. What was the person doing all the way up in the mountains?
She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently.
There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy, fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. If only they knew about real spirits, kitten.
Yeah, no kidding.
Diego knows what's up. I think that's actually canon, too, that he knows what's up with the Faye family.
Yeah, because he's gone. Well, I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out. But he knows what's up with the Fays. He and Mia were serious enough for him to know what's up with the Fays.
No, Your Honor, no, I don't think that's a ghost.
Drizzling, huh?
That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog.
I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
Is this part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once?
Kitten.
Yeah?
Focus.
Right, sorry.
It's alright.
With the mind-boggling tale and the way he says, well, I wonder if he's Canadian.
Kitten, he admitted to that earlier.
Did he?
You asked him if Justin Bieber was the only evil Canadian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I'm just really focusing on this case.
It's alright.
I blame you.
Excuse me.
You kept me up too late.
You were going to keep yourself up too late, kitten. I helped you go to sleep.
Anyway, case. Focus, Mia.
Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself.
Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
Area was wet from the rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf is all covered in mud, but... there's something about the testimony that's still bothering me.
Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo.
So what do we do?
You really still believe in him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean.
Of course I do.
So, the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Yeah, that's a pretty big-ass contradiction. Because according to this fucking map, the victim, or is it the map or is it the photo? I think it's the photo, actually.
Well, it wouldn't be that one either.
But it is a photo.
Shoved and stabbed her in the back. It's not this one.
Well, yeah, because if he shoved her down and stabbed her in the back, wouldn't the front of her coat
Be muddy.
filthy?
I'm thinking of another point ahead in the case. Okay. I did the point A to point D again.
So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
No, but this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about the photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions of that day? Just Valerie's boobs, I guess.
I don't remember if it's like pixel perfect or not.
Not here. Not in the HD.
Naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions of on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered with mud.
That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous payoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Unfortunately, I have yet to test that, but still your point is well taken. Can you prove that the... Excuse me, Miss Fay. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Everyone knows that hockey beards, playoff beards, are quite important.
don't look like you know the first thing about hockey.
And what do you know?
That there's 3 periods.
Ugh, imbecile.
And also about the, you know, whole triangle rule involve the goalie. What about you?
Far more than you do.
Uh-huh.
I think he actually does, though, with Nick. With Nick being a Midwesterner.
Oh, yeah, with Nick. Probably talking about it nonstop.
Mm-hmm. I can see him really liking hockey as a kid.
The surface of the bridge, huh?
Monfred's up in the gallery like,
Why the fuck are they arguing about hockey?
Welcome back, Satan.
Miles, this is not what I raised you for.
Welcome back, Satan.
yeah, I'm gonna have to re-listen to my Von Fuckface voice. But I know it was essentially that. Because I was just like, I don't know what to do, and you were like, call on Satan himself. And I'm like, I don't think even Satan wants this voice, Katie.
No, there's another voice that Satan doesn't want.
I'm
We
laughing
need to voice
too.
that one too.
I'm laughing too hard to do it, but I was gonna do it. I was gonna do my prototype to do it. It's the guy who smokes and chews rocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
Neither would a real woman.
Then don't stand for it.
Of course I won't, and of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy.
That desk off.
The evidence is this scarf.
Ah.
It should be obvious. If the scarf fell on the bridge and got all muddy, that means the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
Ugh. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Excuse you? Hey, same to you, buddy.
Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
You're doing pretty well for a little kitten.
Mr. Armando.
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those 3. What you said just now. I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. That was the coffee aficionado over here that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court.
Huh?
But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. The false evidence in this case is the... Do you remember?
It's the photo.
No.
I'm thinking to point D again.
Yes, you are.
It's the testimony.
Yeah, there you go.
God damn it! This is what I mean! This is how I play Ace Attorney too. It's such a problem. Even when I went through Die last year, I was like, oh, that! And Baroque's like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, no, I'm not, leave me alone. I know I'm right. But but I was right.
I'm good at these. I was gonna say I'm good at these games because I go from I go all over the fucking place.
You go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm like A, D, Q, P.
I was gonna say no. I'm more like I go to A to Q to B, and Q wasn't even an option, but I went there, and that ended up being right.
I don't know my alphabets when it comes to Ace Attorney. The witness's testimony. We need to drag the witness on the stand. Get the witness on the stand. Put him on the stand.
It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is this testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place.
Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory and as well.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from our mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from this court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by brutal truth?
It's even more brutal than he thinks. Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation? No!
Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter.
Except for the prosecutions.
Except for the Diego!
What? You have to admire beauty where you see it, kitten. The best beauty is right next to me.
Yeah.
You know it's true.
Quit flirting with me, we're still in court.
You started it. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? I wanna fucking cry. And not in the good way. I wanna pee my pants. I still hold that, oh god, it's 2022. It was like, I think 2007? So yeah, like 15 years. 15 years later, this is the character that scares me the most out of all 10 games. And it's a shame, because her theme is gorgeous. Now, you look as scrumptious as a double and dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite.
Hey, not so fast.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man.
He's such a gentleman. He sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir?
Oh, good. She speaks. What if I just don't want to anymore?
Okay, well, thank you all for joining. We're never finishing anything else. You don't get to see the next games. Go play the rest of Ace Attorney on your own. Goodbye.
Yes, my dear?
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for causing all the I'm sorry for all the trouble I might have caused.
Not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
I think the only thing she doesn't fucking lie about is her fucking major, which makes me so mad. I feel attacked. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? How could you be so mean?
Now, see here. What are you doing shoving her face? That in her face like that?
Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Plus, she took it.
Next time, I'll be forced to penalize you.
Oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me?
She is.
And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are...
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. I was using my camera to take pictures of the wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. And that's when I hurried and took a photo that showed the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs.
So, you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Looks like Barbie's first camera.
I'm so glad to bring this voice back because I know it terrifies you.
As the song terrifying me about this woman. Humor
I'm
is
so glad to be back.
Ah, fuck you! Humor is a coping mechanism. Fuck you, Dahlia. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Camera. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this. A small but powerful model. All right then, Miss Faye. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. I mean, at least the prosecution isn't drooling over her this time.
Yeah.
But Mia doesn't get to know that until a year later, so.
Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Oh, I know exactly just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? So he never shaves his playoff beard. That's
No, he probably has a shorter beard, but lets it grow out for playoffs.
He trims it, and then he lets it grow out for playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that's a thing that y'all just learned about us. We are, hockey fans.
Hockey fans. I dated a hockey player. Not a pro hockey player, but a hockey player nonetheless.
Yes.
His playoff beard was something, man.
My dad had his playoff beard, at my, high school graduation, and for some reason that year it was just grody as fuck. His other ones were all okay, but that year it was just disgusting and grody. And my mom and my grandma is an avid hockey fan as well. My dad's mom, avid hockey fan as well. Even they were like, you have to shave that beard because it looks so gross. It just looks so gnarly. No, you are not going to her high school graduation like that. And my dad's like, fuck that. I'm not shaving this beard. So he went to my graduation not only with a gnarly beard, but with a tiny TV because there was a game that day. He still watched me walk across the stage. He just didn't really give a shit about anybody else. So he just kept it on mute and like ignored all of like the speeches that talked about high school being the best time of your life and shit like that, and was just keeping track of the score. And then when they got near my name, he put the TV down and paid attention. But he had parents asking him what the score was. My grandma and my mom were so mad. Oh. That's another reason why when I met you, I was like, where have you been all my life? Because none of my other friends in the area have really liked hockey as much as you, because you and I bonded over hockey too.
Yeah.
So I was like, where have you been all my life? It's like the only sport I go crazy for.
Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor.
Hockey is a hell of a sport, Miss Faye. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop.
Oh, we've got a little liar on our hands, kitten.
Yeah, no kidding.
Everyone eavesdrops.
I've got more class than that.
Cry on a dime.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Ugh. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me.
Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on.
So you wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took a photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. You called the police? Yes. Because it looked to me that, like, the murderer was going to try and escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh?
If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in this girl's testimony.
Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers.
You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia.
Okay. Noticed there are two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I hurried to took a photo that shows a crucial moment, and right after that I called the police. Okay, just double checking everything. That's... She was over here. They were over there. I don't know if my brain is jumping too fast to conclusions.
Probably.
Well, there's two things.
Okay.
How could she have seen, or why was she taking pictures of wildflowers in the rain? It wasn't a beautiful sunny day, it was rainy as fuck. And also, I remember these fucking cliffs being a huge point of contention. You can't see where they were. But I think that's where I'm... Oh, I thought that was where I was jumping ahead.
You are jumping ahead, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is a huge point of contention. I'm not gonna tell you no there.
Yeah, but so that's why I was like, no. So I'm seeing that because I'm like, no, that comes later. Because that's a huge point of contention. I do remember that. But it's like,
You're on the right track. You're just you've passed the checkpoint, essentially.
of course I have, because that's how I always play these fucking games.
You passed the checkpoint without actually tagging it.
So that's why I'm looking over everything again.
That's the benefit of just literally playing this like a couple of months before.
Yeah, you played this late 2021. The last time I played this was 2019. So 3 years ago now. Because actually, in my Facebook memories, I was talking about playing Ace Attorney. So it was around this time in 2019. So it's literally been 3 years for me. It's the witness photo, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it is the witness photo. That is the proper piece of evidence.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you which one it is.
Well, yeah.
Like, lie to you about what it is and isn't.
Yeah,
So.
figure it out.
I'm just letting you piece it together yourself, but I'm always going to push you in the right direction.
I still think it's the weather. Why the fuck were you out there taking pictures of wildflowers on a rainy-ass day, bitch?
Yeah, but that's not the point we're trying to get to right now.
The fight. Why wouldn't you try to make them stop? Why would you just snap a picture?
You're still jumping.
I noticed there were 2 people standing up on the suspension bridge.
Okay, that checks out.
Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I heard, oh, there's no crucial moment. They're just fucking standing there.
There you go.
That's what it is. They're just, oh, fucking damn it. I hit press instead of percent. We're back to that. Fucking. Think you can rattle me, Dahlia? Fuck you.
Apparently she can.
She does. She 100% does. I mean, I think you're gonna get pretty rattled with 4.
Yeah.
Rattled in the sense of being angry.
Oh, I'm gonna be very angry.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be cussing up a storm.
Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? Well, all I can see in this photo are 2 people facing each other. You testified that you saw the 2 of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing that would be referred to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he?
Shh, kitten. Still the judge. You always want to be on the good side of the judge.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
She's just... there's something about her that's really bothering me.
I can see that. Just keep your cool.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one.
Who uses film and fucking, well, I mean, a lot of people use film and, oh wait, this was 6 years ago though. So this is 2019, 2013. 2013 digital was...
2013, yeah.
It was still really popular. I had a digital camera.
Yeah, but I mean, there was also...
Film was more popular back then, though.
Film was dying out, and they were starting to come out with, like, the new Polaroids.
Yeah, oh, like the baby ones?
Yeah.
The super baby ones that I'm not a big fan of. I like the old school Polaroids. I had a Polaroid camera.
Yeah, those were starting to hit the market, so...
Yeah. Yeah, because I just thought back to it. I was like, wait, that was when I was graduating college. I definitely took pictures on my digital camera all throughout college. I was like, I had a digital camera, so... Like, digital was a thing, yeah, but yeah, film was still more prevalent then, so okay, that's a good excuse. Unlike Ace Attorney being like, you're still using flip phones in 2019? I'm like, bless you, Capcom. For thinking,
you had such high hope for us.
You did have such high hopes for us as a society. I mean, we do still have flip phones, technically. And not just like the traditional ones, the touchscreen ones, but those are fucking stupid expensive, and I would not trust those. I would be I'd be terrified that I'd crack the screen. And I'm very good with my phones. I'm very good with my phones. I'd be terrified that I cracked the screen.
I almost got one, but opted not to.
I would have been very curious if you'd gotten one. Been like, what is this like? Because I am confusion.
What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All of the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photo? Did she seriously take selfies? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took selfies. Far away selfies.
With film, no less. You would think you'd use a digital camera for something like that.
You'd think.
Upload it to Facebook.
Yeah, she seems kind of like a Tumblr type.
A what?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Please, no details.
It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Why do I have shivers from that? Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. I feel like Miles isn't like, well, no, Miles isn't fucking stupid. He knows that she is bad news.
There's something sus about her.
Yeah, but he doesn't care because it's helping his case.
Yeah.
He doesn't care because it's helping his case, but he does not fucking trust her. He's like, I tell you what to say, you say it on the stand, we're all good. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. I almost said flight. Caca.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Oh, fuck you. Sorry.
Damn. I'm gonna at least try to contain myself.
Oh, I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it from you. I'm just waiting for the first fuck you. I contained myself until she showed her true colors in the tutorial case. I was very good about that.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all of the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Well, not all of the attention.
Quit flirting, Diego. Okay, I guess I just won't say it.
What?
Oh.
What? That...
You just pressed the first statement again, by the by.
Oh my god, we're back on this fucking testimony.
Yeah. There's 2 new statements.
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this wasn't new, so...
No.
Okay. They just started fighting. Okay, here we go.
The victim turned around and tried to run away, but... The victim? Why do you think she was trying to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal.
This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently.
Quaggy? Why you?
If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river.
There's still something wrong with this testimony. Aggie, ugh. Little snot-nosed brat.
Don't let him get to you, kitten.
She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Are you saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge, and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her.
That seems to make sense.
I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off.
Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. And we've already done through this. Yep. So, yeah, I know exactly what the fuck the contradiction is here, because it was one of my conclusions beforehand. Shit, I went too far. It's on this statement, we present the map. Because if the victim was here, she couldn't have fucking ran. She would have fallen off the bridge.
Witness, your testimony is a joke.
That was what I jumped to when we were talking about the muddy clothes.
Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were two contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge had collapsed on that side.
What does all of this mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie.
I really like that Mia quote, and I don't know why.
And that's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor.
Sir Edgeworth?
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Huh. That guy is good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward.
Play with the hands you've got, kitten.
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
Ugh. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it was that the victim actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
She says, crying no tears.
Ugh.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Actually, I just realized something. Give it a second, Uji. We did not look at Melissa Foster's profile. She's a college student, that's true. She witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. Okay, just wanted to make sure, because we need to look over fucking everything. Okay. I sound like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I love just actually, like, just being in court cases. They're very few and far between in the series, and I love them. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did.
Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
No need to be so rude. Well, young lady?
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? Then he carried her over to the car.
You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. But that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult.
Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to carry a dead body on the bridge like that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly.
Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden?
Cries in Edgeworth trauma. Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us.
Why do you say that? It was already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it?
I mean, he could have pushed her in the river. That would have been better, but that's really about it.
Yes, that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks? They just love cold, isolated places.
I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. A channeling dojo.
Yeah, it's probably one of my family's.
That's what I was wondering. You think your family would know anything?
I think so, and that's the worst part of it.
Too late to call them into court, huh?
Yeah.
Unless you can buy time for another day.
I'll try. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prison uniform. But as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman.
Something about this testimony is bothering me. But what?
Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No, why would I?
Mia questions the sanity of her boyfriend. Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right?
Diego, are you okay?
Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
I thought I was Mr. Armando.
I was worried about you, okay, Mr. Armando?
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all.
You did do it. Are you okay?
I thought it was sugar. It was my first time in your apartment. I didn't have any caffeine.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. Okay, he quickly picked her up in his arms, then he carried her over to the car. Is this the point I was hung up on earlier?
Yes.
Okay. So, the map on... Oh, what fucking statement.
Well, I mean, if you go back...
He carried her over to the car.
Car. Okay, that, but...
He stabbed her, he quickly picked her up in his arms. No?
Go forward. Okay. How would she be able to know he was that was the only way to keep the body hidden?
That's
If
true.
that huge cliff was
on
in the way.
Yeah, on the way. Also, God, just shove it into the river, you dumb bitch. Okay, so it is the photo. It's the witness's photo here. No, it's the map. No, it's the photo. Because it shows the cliff.
Okay, if you say so.
No, I'm like, shit. I feel like I'm in a comedy right now. Ow. Is it the map or is it the photo? Because
Be the map.
one leads to presentation of the other.
Not in this one.
Oh, okay. In another case. Or in another instance in this case. So it's the map.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
I think Mia and I were vibing. Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how.
Oh, I've literally been shouting it. Dump it in the fucking river. Yep.
There's a river right below the bridge.
Alright, I was vibing with Mia.
Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
I just took a drink, Miles, really? For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah.
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boot that every other killer would have tossed the body into the water.
Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd to have not thrown the body into the river.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best.
How close are we to a stopping point on this?
We're not too far off as long as we don't dawdle.
Okay, got it. Quickly picked her up in his arms, then he carried her over to the car. Killed broken in front of her. Okay.
He passed the statement that I needed to read.
Really? Oh, shit. There's a new statement.
The killer broke into the trunk and stole the car and hid the body in there.
Sorry, I forgot there was a new statement.
What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. And I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police.
Are you sure you saw that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain.
Okay. So, it's this statement, because it's the new one, so a new statement always means something. Generally. Sometimes they throw you off the scent, but... breaking into the trunk of the car is, checks out. Because in the picture, there's scratch marks around the trunk. Like, where the lock is.
Yeah.
So, is this the point where I was getting hung up on? About her not being able to see due to the cliff?
Yes.
Okay. And here is where I present the photo, because it shows the cliff wall. Or do I present the map?
Either one.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
That was the crime. That was the crime photo, not the witness photo.
Oopsie doodle, that was my fault. Well. We're fine. Proper photo. Check every photo. Alright. Present. There we go.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Huh? Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a good look at this diagram. The place you claim to take the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see that car. This outcrop of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not possibly have seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. What the outcrop is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Ah!
Your view shouldn't have been completely cut off by this cliff. Or, your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But you claim you've been able to see the killer's car? No!
Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor. What the hell is ballyhoo? Don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to only testify to what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Ms. Fay, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is to human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here.
What? That's not fair.
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Ah!
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk's lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from where he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fay, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said. Is there a contradiction in there somewhere?
It doesn't work. He stole the fucking car.
Yep.
Should have had the keys.
Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were doing taking photos of you were in the field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained it herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was...
She put the corpse in herself.
Yep. There's only one way that the witness had a chance to see those scratches.
Yes, what is it?
Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who tried to hide the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. That's who did it. It was you who did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never... I was the man in... It was the man in the prison car. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. False had been the one to put the corpse in the trunk, he simply would have used the car keys. There's no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means he had the key and would still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would have never uncovered the truth. It couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No!
Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself.
It has a timer function.
Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, and even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she brought this camera just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Ms. Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not.
Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? She was the victim.
Yeah.
I remember this very well. I remember that part very well.
Naturally, the witness was right here.
But that's where the victim, Ms. Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Ms. Fay, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After partying with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The person, or the woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in the federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You are just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof?
Got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like.
It is the victim's Okay, oh my god, I thought that was present. Wear white scarf for identification.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That had already been proven by the note left by the victim. In other words, as long as she was wearing a scarf that he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk, disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them get together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are to both wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Okay, and we will wrap up Turnabout Beginnings next time.
Woohoo!
It's a fairly short case, all things considered, because it's just that trial day, so. And then we'll move on to the last case. Start the final case of the trilogy. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We always appreciate it. And this has been Danny.
And Katie.
And we will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Take it easy.